I'm going to do some unboxing today. And one thing I've always liked about Battlefront miniatures is they have some starter box sets that are just amazing. I really wish I could cover the Hit the Beach / Open Fire box set. It was called Open Fire in 3rd edition. 4th edition had Hit the Beach. One of the best gaming box sets in history, really. You buy 2 of those, you actually swap out part with your friend / opponent. You've got a full army there, honestly speaking, one you can really do good with. Looking at that, that's in the past though. What I have today is something new and different. Tobruk, with its counterpart Kasserine. I was interested in the British side as opposed to, well, the Italian, German, or American. But we have here Tobruk in all of its goodness. And I'm going to go ahead, actually the cellophane's still on it. We're going to go ahead and unbox this thing. The cellophane actually feels really loose. So the cellophane looks like it kind of just got thrown on a containment. That is better than some of the 4 straps they put on Bandai products. So I'll still give them compliments for semi-waterproofing the entire set with a wrap. So I'm looking at the back. Here's what we get in the Tobruk box set. It's mostly tanks. Now at Tobruk, this is the name of the box set. Tobruk didn't have these tanks. This reminds me of El Alamein instead, to have Shermans and Grants on the British side. And then, yeah, having guns on the Italian side would have done this as well. When it came to Tobruk, in place British infantry would have been a thing had they had British infantry replacing those. And British gun teams, perfect, would have been great. Perfect accuracy. But this box set is about giving you cool stuff. It's not about necessarily 100% accuracy. Let me show you what I mean. In this box set, you actually have quite a bit of fluidity. You want to play Italians, you got Italian stuff to work with. The sprues can make either the M14 tank or the Semavente. So you're not stuck with just the tanks you see. You can play all M14s. You can play all Semaventes, which I kind of recommend. On the British side, these Crusaders, these are good for early war, and that's why I bought this box set. These are all going into my early war army. These actually might do good in like Soviet Lend-Lease. I'm not sure about the model of Sherman, but you can always run these as Soviet Lend-Lease vehicles. Honestly, these there's a bunch of things. These could also work in if you brought them over to the Pacific side, if you wanted to play a British but have a Pacific theme, these tanks work really well in the Pacific. So let's go ahead and look what's in this box set, though. Because that's one thing I do like about the Tobruk box set, is it's kind of flexible. Flipping over to Tobruk. It's got a paper box. It's like cardstock, just like the other one they had for the Soviets. It's very crisp, high-quality media that they have on this box. Opening it for the first time. They said I would get a 1 million bayonets die on the back. They didn't say I would be getting all these dice. So they actually threw in more dice than I thought. Because they didn't have, does it say additional dice? Nope, it just says 1 8 million bayonets dice. So I actually got freebies. I like that, that's cool. So here we have a Semavente / Italian. Semavente / Italian. There are a ton of these. They're small little sprues. They make small little tanks that are fun to play with. And there are lots of them. So we have Italian tanks in spares because it's like a tiny little sprue. This sprue, yeah, you get the turret versus Semavente. Yeah, that works. I think the commanders are all British. They might have Italian commanders in here too. Yeah, those look like British commanders. Okay, so the Italian tank commanders over here with the gunners for the 88s. And here, of course, are the 88s for your viewing pleasure. Some bases for the 88s. These are the Grants. The nice thing about this is they don't have to be fielded as Grants. They have the Lee turret on here. So this is a very flexible sprue here. The sprue can be cut down to Soviet with the short gun and the Lee turret. It can be any kind of British service with the Grant and the short barrel as well. And then, of course, in American service, they had the longer barrel and the Lee turret. So they have all kinds of fun stuff. These armored skirts here go on the British versions. They don't necessarily show up on the American ones. The American ones usually had naked sides on their tanks. So there's that. This is funny. I'm used to seeing the Crusaders in this color, but the Crusaders are all printed in green. 6 Crusaders, all green. Yay, how fun. So these are my boys that I want to play with, because I run an early war army that's the British fast tanks, the cruiser tanks. This is what it comes with. Okay, so I lost one of the Sherman front ends. Nope, it broke off of here. It actually broke off. I'm lying. There you go. It broke. There's that. And then they give you the rulebook to play the game. I like these small rulebooks. The unit cards are nice, but the small rulebooks, if you ask me, are one of the best things about starter box sets. You get that small compact rulebook you can have at the table and carry with you easily. I like full-size rulebooks, but I play enough games I know that you need both. You have this for when you're at the table. You have the other one to read and study up on the rules at home so you can actually play the game. Assembly guide. Thank God. And a quick start. This is actually pretty good. This is the core rules. These aren't. This isn't useless. If you're brand new to the game, read through these. If you're not brand new to the game, you've got this as your reference point. Then again, you'll graduate quickly from this to this. So, yay. And there's nothing on the inside. They printed as like a little extra thing. They do have objective markers and destroyed markers for both sides on the side of the box. Nice. No wonder the box then is made of cardboard, so it can be easily cut as opposed to, being something you have to kind of stifle your way through. I always have liked the Battlefront starter boxes because if you stop and think about it, these aren't the equivalent of 28mm miniatures, but let's be honest. You've seen some 28mm miniatures that have sprues this big. There's 3 there, 3 there, that's 6, right? There's 6 more for 12, right? 10. So we have, what's that, 22 so far? Oh, 24. So there's 24 minis in this box set for $60, and it's a starter box. There are some companies that'll try to sell you for $60, like 10 dudes. Price-wise, these miniatures, even though they're 15mm tanks as opposed to being 28mm dudes, this is a very good, very good buy. And if you're going by the economy that in Flames of War you have tanks instead of individual Space Marines, this is a good box set. Find me a Space Marine box set that has 24 figures in it that costs $60. Go ahead. I'll wait, dude. Go ahead and find me one. I'm waiting. But yeah, I'm not going to wait forever, though. I'm going to end this video just saying that Battlefront's done it again. They've got a series of starter box coming also later this year for the Eastern Front that'll probably be just as good. The Italians are kind of stuck in the desert, but it's nice you get 10 of them. So if you want Italian tanks in spare, you got them. If your opponent buys a box set of this and you buy a box set of this, you'll have too many Simaventes. You'll have 20 of them. It's actually a really good box set, more like their World War III starter set. It's great to buy this and then buy something else that goes off of this. If you've bought this for the British, go buy some infantry and gun teams. If you brought this for the Italian tanks, you've got your Italian tanks covered. Honestly, you might want to go get some air support or some infantry for the Italian side as well. Although the Simavente is a really good spam tank. Buying 2 copies of this box is a great idea because for $120, you will have 20 Simaventes, 4 88 guns, and gifts you can give to your friends who play Flames of War. This is a nice one, Battlefront. This is great. I like it a lot. I'm looking forward to more awesome box sets in the future. Now, I'll comment. I don't have Kasserine here, but Kasserine can also be used to play multiple things. You can play Hungarians with it. You can play Romanians with it. The American stuff in that box can all serve as Russia Lend-Lease as well. So you can actually play the Kasserine box set on the Eastern Front. I'm not shitting you. These are flexible box sets. They're really well planned and thought out. With the exception that, I would expect to see infantry in a Tobruk box set, but that wasn't the point. The point was to give you flexibility, and the name Tobruk kind of stands out. So thank you for watching the video. Thanks for watching the unboxing. Hopefully, in the future, you will enjoy some Flames of War good stuff as well. After all, you can afford it.